and welcome to 9 to 42, the podcast from the team at the Guitar Show UK. Join us for interviews, updates and chat with artists, influencers and those that manufacture the gear that we love. Hello and welcome to 9 to 42, which is the podcast from the guys at the Guitar Show UK. And my slightly confused friend, Jason Hunt, is on screen. Jace, why are you looking so confused?
It's just you, frankly.
What do you mean, just me?
And the stuff before we start recording. But anyway,
Why?
Carry on.
Oh, okay. Should we tell everybody that we've booked to go on holiday together, or should we keep that? Are we keeping that to ourselves?
Well, yes, we have booked to go away together, but not on holiday. We're going to the NAMM show.
But I've booked a holiday.
Yes, you've booked it as a Virgin holiday. I've booked it as a flight and a hotel.
Oh, right, okay. Because you're a pro, aren't you?
Well, you know, got to look for the best deals, right?
Well, yeah. We're very pleased to be joined by musician Sophie Burrell. Pleased in the sense of it's lovely to have her here. A little bit disappointed because we've not been able to find out anything about her. So the next half an hour, 40 minutes could pass anyway, shape. We're not quite sure. Sophie, thank you very much for being here. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm doing good. I'm a bit tired, not gonna lie, today. I had a late night and that's not something I do often, so you know. But it was fun. Like I did something cool. So I was at a gig.
Right, okay.
In London. So
Oh, who?
That Tremonti.
Yeah. You're a big Tremonti fan, aren't you?
I am, yes, I am. I have been for quite a long time. I think maybe since I was like 12 or something, 11 or 12. So yeah, it's so nice. That's the first time I've seen them since 2018. And I was like, yeah, I was still a teenager then, so what the hell? Like, yeah, you know, I mean, we blinked and we lost a couple of years, so I don't know. And I was saying to the guys, like, I was convinced that it would never come back again, like gigs would never happen again, and I got really, like, I don't know, depressed by that idea. So when I saw it as a packed out venue, I was just grinning from ear to ear, just so happy that yeah, shows have made a return.
Yeah, the first gig I went to post pandemic was October. I went to see a guy called Jesse Malin, and I just beamed like a bloody idiot all the way through it. And I'm old, right? So I kind of stand at the back. I'm also really tall, so I stand at the back.
Well, at least you're considerate. I'm the opposite. So if I'm standing, it has to be at the front. And I usually get a tall person to sit in front of me anyway.
Yeah, but at the Jesse Malin gig, I was like, down the front. This is the most exciting thing.
Aww.
And it's been brilliant as well, because I've been to 2 gigs in the last month that were tickets that were bought 2.5 years ago, sort of thing.
Oh wow, like rescheduled.
Yeah, and I went to both of them with my 15-year-old daughter, who
lovely,
who of course would have been 2.5 years ago 12, 13.
Yeah.
And so she wouldn't have
wow.
she wouldn't have been to certainly those kind of scruffy O2 type of gigs. She's been to like NEC type gigs, but
Scruffy O2.
Scruffy O2. And
I like these Scruffy O2 ones. I think they're good. They're good fun.
She did
They're
say,
always good fun.
I'm stuck to the floor, Dad.
Oh yeah. To be fair, we were at Shepherd's Bush last night, and the carpet. I was like, dang, this is pretty gross. I was actually sat. I was up on one of the balconies, and I went to put my bag on the floor, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to quickly look at the floor with my torch before I do this. And I was like, yeah, my bag is not going there. I will just keep it on me.
Do you not think that in the 2 years they've been shut, none of them could have cleaned?
Just freaking replace the carpet, man. It's been like years. Yeah. No, I'm not complaining. I don't care. You could put me in the grottiest venue and I'd just be happy that a live show, you know, is happening, to be honest. So, but no, the rest of the venue, like, apart from the floor, I'd say it was relatively clean.
I love Shepherd's Bush Empire. I think it's a brilliant venue.
It is good. That was my first time going there. I really liked it.
I saw... Go on.
Sorry, Joe. I was saying, before we get started too much, though obviously we are started because we're having many ins, but Just a small point of order for Sophie before we go much further. It's fine for you to mention your age once, and I'm pleased that in the 2 years you've gone from being a teenager to being in your 20s, and we're over the moon that you've lowered the average age of the people on the podcast quite significantly. But can you not mention it again?
That's all right.
Is that
don't
all
worry.
right?
Yeah, we can say I'm 40 if you really want.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, I don't want you to. Great, go with it. Fine, it's absolutely fantastic. We just don't rub it in.
It's all right. I still feel old though.
Oh dear. The second point of order, and I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to have to move my mic, but I've lit a candle for you.
Oh no, I can't see it.
So
what, behind you?
Yeah,
Wait, behind you?
Kind of there, where my finger is.
That's nice. I haven't written. I haven't written a candle. I got one here and I got one there, but neither of them are lit.
Yeah, not. So I was watching a few of your vids this afternoon,
Smells good.
And there's always a candle on the go.
There is. I just like the way they smell. They're always lavender scented as well, usually with me.
Oh, is it lavender? Because that was going to be a question.
These are IKEA ones, and they're like Yankee candles because they're freaking huge, but they're like a fraction of the price. 100 hours burning time, apparently. Yeah, I just like it. It's just another little mood light source in the back, isn't it? So yeah.
Well, we had this conversation because what are yours, Jace?
Mine's an IKEA one, vanilla.
Yeah, what's vanilla? Right, and this is candy cane. This is a Christmas one.
Oh wow,
That's
lasted well. Yeah.
Well, no, I've got about 12 of them.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because they were an offer. These are Aldi, would you believe? And these and after Christmas, obviously they sold them off. And they're like £2, and they're massive as well.
Yeah, it's good that.
Yeah. So anyway. Sorry, I'll shut up now. I just wanted to get those points of order in. Is that right, Joe?
Yeah,
it's absolutely fine. You carry on. Don't mention her age again.
Right, okay, I won't do that.
We won't talk about it.
We won't talk about it. So, I mean, we normally start by saying to people, how's lockdown been? And I know it's a little bit of a while back, but...
Thank God.
Productive for you?
Yeah, the busiest time of my entire life, actually. Yeah.
Right.
So,
what, just in that room?
Not in this one. I moved house halfway through. Actually, no, I moved house in like the last day of March in 2021. So I spent, unfortunately, the entirety of lockdown in the place I was in last, which was considerably a lot smaller than where I am now.
Right.
And I spent it all in one room. And that room was my front room, my dining room, my living room, front room, same thing, and my office and my filming space studio. It was all just like, and I had nowhere to go. So, yeah, I did spend it in one room pretty much. But, I got a lot of stuff done, so it's good.
It's, do you know what? It's completely gone what I was just about to say. I hate it when that happens.
Oh, that's all right.
Right,
I was just about to say something really, and it's just gone. Jay, you'll have to come on with something because I've frozen.
So where are you based? Because on your Facebook, you either seem to be in Southampton or London or Dorset or...
Southampton.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that is home for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what it was. It's come back to me now. You just said you moved in March. Because you're a Piscean, aren't you?
I am. See? Did Google give you some information, or did you just...
Of the few things I was able to glean... Yeah.
Do you know what date it is?
Well, here's the thing. It's not nailed down. It's either the 17th or the 18th.
Ooh, which one do you think it is? I'm
looking at you now. 18th.
No.
Damn.
St. Patrick's Day.
Which is because I'm a Piscean as well, but I'm on the cusp.
Okay.
I'm 3 days later from you.
I was supposed to be. What's the next one? Is it Taurus?
Aries.
Is it Aries?
In April, isn't it?
I thought it was Taurus. I don't really do star sign stuff, to be honest. But
and I'm making it sound like I do, which I'm now really disturbed by.
You actually really have. I was like, he obviously likes this.
Yeah, I don't at all.
Horoscopes and stuff. No. So I was supposed to be an Aries, though. Right. I was early, little early baby. Early.
It's only because I'm on the cusp. I know. I can't tell you any of the others.
Do you think I seem like a Pisces? Or more of an Aries? I don't really know what the difference are, in traits.
Well, no. I mean, you're very creative, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that would put you in the kind of Piscean thing. You're a bit of a performer, a bit of those kind of that all works. Quite. Am I okay to say a little bit melancholic?
Yeah.
They are. That's a Piscean trait as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like fish at all?
Well, I'm a vegan, so
how does that work with fish?
I don't eat them.
Right, fine. So in which case you like fish in the sense of let them swimming
nice
around.
little fishies, yeah,
Right,
like
okay.
cute, yeah. Like I like fish, yeah. Not as in I like to eat fish. I like
Right.
fish. Yeah.
Well, this is good because actually I don't get a chance to talk to vegans very often, particularly on the podcast. So what do you eat?
Lots of stuff. I mean, this is everybody's question straight away. I eat, loads of stuff, just different. I just don't eat meat and I don't have dairy. But the thing is, I'm lactose intolerant anyway.
Right.
I have been since birth. They didn't figure it out until I was about, 10. But I basically had like a permanent cold for 10 years. And that's what it does to me. Like, it just bad for my immune system. Just always had colds. And then obviously they say you shouldn't have any dairy when you have a cold because it makes it worse, right? So I was already
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Jace, did you know that?
It does make you claggy.
Yeah. You should not have more because it stuffs you up more or makes more like mucusy. Ew, mucus. Anyway, and then I've actually never really been that much of a fan of meat, and I've always been quite a fussy eater. And when I was like a kid and I used to eat meat, for example, I ate chicken once and I found a vein in my chicken, and then I didn't eat chicken for like a year because I was like, that is freaky. Like, no, I will not have it. And then I would never eat a steak. Like I was really picky with meat as it was. And then I became a veggie, and then I was like, you know what, I'm lactose intolerant anyway and I shouldn't be having this, and I don't even like eggs either, so I guess I'll just be vegan. And then it all just made sense. So but I actually should answer your question on what do you eat. Loads of stuff. Sorry, what time is it, where are we? What do I eat? Basically all the same. I mean, the amount of plant-based and vegan options that there are now, you can find pretty much like alternatives to everything.
I tell you, I was vegetarian about 30 years ago. Yes, about 30 years ago.
I bet there was nothing.
You used to go out and it was like
beans.
We went to because I was particularly poor in my early 20s, particularly poor, and when the Berlin Wall came down and everything, and you could start travelling to Eastern Europe. I went there for 4 years running because it was really cheap to go on holiday to Eastern Europe, and we went to Budapest, and we kept saying to the travel agency, "We're vegetarian. Is this going to be okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's fine. And when we got
salad,
no, we got to the hotel. On the first night, and we'd been travelling all day, so everybody's tired, everybody's hungry, sort of thing. And they got the meals ready for us. We had rice and peas. Just a plate of rice and peas.
I mean, to be honest with you, I would eat that.
I did eat it, yeah.
But I'd still that isn't really a meal. That's just like, this will go together, I guess.
A couple of days later, we were in Budapest, and it was lunchtime, and we found a pizzeria, and we went and because I don't speak Hungarian and they didn't really speak English. And there was no such thing as Google Translate 30 years ago. We kind of was.
Oh my God, language barrier.
Vegetarian pizza, which they got as vegetable pizza. So they bought us out a sprout pizza.
Oh, and what the I mean, like, bless them, they tried, but what the hell? Who's ever eaten a sprout pizza? There's just one listener here right now being like, I eat sprout pizza. Yeah, no thanks, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, the options thankfully are a lot better now. Thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of vegans. There's a lot of vegans around, and I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't really like food that much. Like, I go through phases where I'm like, I have a sweet tooth though, so if it's chocolatey, I'm gonna indulge. But I'm eating out of necessity here. I'm not a foodie. I have a lot of anxiety that stems around food as well. I eat because I'm like, yep. If I don't eat, I'm going to feel quite unwell in about an hour or so. So I'm going to do this to keep me groovy, but and not let me get all hangry. But at the same time, I'm like, I wish we could just not have to do that. That's one of the things I wish I didn't have to do, to be honest.
Do you know what though? My mate, who I share an office space with, my office is in the back of my mate's tattoo studio, and he was vegan for a long time, and he doesn't like food either. at all?
It's not a vegan thing. So my problems, I'm not gonna get deep into it, but I have a lot of OCD and anxiety around it, and well, just in general as well. But my thing is like I'm just convinced everything is going to poison me. Like this is just
okay.
So everything I eat, I'm like, oh, this is probably how I die. Like I know it's irrational and stuff, but I think that's actually why I don't like eating, because I'm like, I associate food with like food poisoning, and then I'm severely phobic of being sick. You won't find this on Google.
Yeah.
You won't find this on Google.
Can't find anything on Google.
Yeah.
Can't find
So
anything on
here you
Google.
go. I'm giving you the goods now. I'm giving you the real weird information about me. Yeah, I'm like severely phobic of being sick. So I'm like, oh, if I eat, that means that I could get food poisoning, and then I might be sick. So then I've got this really like toxic sort of thought process and kind of idea around food. It's very unhealthy. I still eat, like it's not a problem. I still make myself do it. Like I said, I know I can't not eat. That's not how it works. But I think that's why I don't like eating, not because I'm a vegan.
Right, well, I've got loads of questions now.
Crack on.
By the way, we are not going to get anywhere near music tonight. But
I mean, we have to touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get there in the end. Don't, Tricia, we'll build to it. Right, so with veganism, then, because it's going to be a lot of plant-based and this and that, there's just literally very little chance you'll get food poisoning.
I know. This is why it's so stupid.
Yeah.
No, I know,
okay.
and that's actually one of the reasons I went vegan, because I'm like, oh, this is a lot. Like my chances, I'm not going to get salmonella from anything here. So,
right.
Yeah. So that is actually one of the reasons I went vegan, was to be like, I shouldn't get poisoned. I don't know. I just feel like everything is out to get me. Everything's going to kill me.
Because in reality, you can eat beef
do you know what?
raw.
I've never had food poisoning, touch wood. So
Have you not?
what the hell is wrong with me? I don't know.
It's not. Well, let me tell you, I've had it twice. It's not very nice.
It's
really
actually
not
I
nice.
can't imagine much worse.
But the interesting thing, there's two things there. My youngest son is fairly phobic about being sick, so I get that bit. And my eldest son is convinced that if he has chicken, he will get food poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is my kind of logic. Yeah.
He's got something about, but it's specifically about chicken. And I think that's
Did
because...
he ever get poisoned from it in the past?
No.
See, weird.
We're always very careful when we prepare meat, particularly when we prepare chicken or pork. And he's got it from that. He's got it from us being careful about how we prepare it, there's then manifested itself in, I'm going to get food poisoning from chicken. Now, to be fair, knowing Josh's luck, he'll never ever get food poisoning, but he'll probably get hit by a Bird of Matthews lorry. But it's not going to kill him. It's the chance of it killing him is, but he's same thing. So yeah. You're like my kids put together.
Yeah, nice little combo. Just very little bit messed up in the head there.
No, I think it's fine.
I think I don't really know where it all stems from, but it is very inconvenient at times, because I'm eating and I'm like, oh, this is probably it. Like, this is how I die. It's, I know it won't kill me, but
saying that,
I can't imagine much worse other than dying. So yeah,
yeah. I think
that's fairly extreme.
Dying is quite extreme.
Yeah, I mean, you are very young. So it's a long way off.
This is true. This is also true. Yeah.
Anyway.
This is me being melancholy.
No, it's fine. So Piscean, you see.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, go on then. All the way back to the beginning then. How did you start doing what you are doing? Where did that come from? When did you know? When did it become a thing? And what's the most embarrassing thing about it? Because there's got to be a video there somewhere.
Do you mean about like making videos, or just music and being a musician?
Well, the whole thing. So when's the relationship with the guitar start?
Initially when I was 5, I watched School of Rock and was like, I'm gonna be a guitarist, and that was just set. And then I didn't pick up guitar until I was about 9, and then ever since then that's just been all I do.
Right. We've never had, of all the influences, we've never had School of Rock.
Really?
As being, that's the reason
quite
I picked
surprising.
guitar.
No, that's just because we interview people that started playing before School of Rock came out.
Yes, all right, Jax.
Fair.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so School of Rock, I was like, they look cool. That's what I'll do.
Right.
And that was it.
It's fair enough. I mean, I lecture for BIM, and I'm pretty much like the School of Rock. I'm like, what do you mean you've not heard that? Right.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Listen to that.
Homework.
And they're all like, oh, whatever. Old man.
Oh, rude.
Well, we get some of it right.
I probably seem old to them now anyway.
Yeah.
How old are you? Like 18, 19?
18, yeah. I start teaching. It's first year degree, and I teach third year degree.
18, yeah. See, they see me as old now as well.
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is scary because I'm like, hold on a sec, I was your age like 10 minutes ago, I swear. Like, this isn't appropriate. Like, nah. Like, I'm not old yet. Anyway, sorry, yeah, we're not allowed to talk about age, so.
No, we're not. So 9, you get a guitar at 9.
Yep.
And that, what, non-stop from there?
Yeah. And yeah, pretty much all the way through school. It was just an obsession. That's it. Like, there's no other word for it other than obsessed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get that through your character, so that's fine. I can see that. So self-taught?
A bit of both, really. I had lessons, but they were like half an hour a week. So most of my playing was done alone. That's kind of how I like to see it, as like, yes, the teachers did definitely help me, like seed a lot of the core roots into my playing and stuff. But in terms of like, I like to think I am a mainly self-taught player for sure. Because 20 minutes a week is not really.
Half an hour. I mean, half of that would have been spent tuning up.
What is that? Yeah, pretty much. But I love those lessons anyway.
Did you go to uni to study music, or was it diploma?
No, I did college, and then I was like, I am never doing education with music again because it like destroyed my passion for it for a little while. Like having to do essays upon essays, I was like, no, not this again. I can't. So then I just jumped straight into the industry itself after I left college.
Wow. So did you start? Was there a plan to just start doing? Because I mean, I have found the band, which was an album out in 2018, something like that.
The band. Two albums I did with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was 2018. Yeah, 2018. I think was the first one, and then the next one was in 2019. I think, but that's when I left. But I am on that album. I just left just after it was launched.
I listened to the 2018 one because I could see your picture on your face on the cover.
Yes, on the cover. Yeah.
So was it? Did you consider doing the YouTube stuff with the band, or?
It was on the side, really. Yeah, it was on the side, and then it became more popular. And that was one of the reasons I left, because I was like, I want to do this. I'd been playing live gigs every weekend for 3 years, and by that point I was exhausted, and I really needed a break. So, because at that time I was like full-time teaching in this band where we would play 2 if not 3 shows every weekend, and if we weren't playing shows we were rehearsing and together, or travelling up and down the country for whatever reason. And then I was also teaching full-time, and I was like, I am dying. And I can't do this anymore. So yeah, I left, and then just poured all of my time into the online stuff, and just as well because that's when the pandemic hit, pretty much like 6 months after I'd left.
Oh right.
So yeah, it all worked out in the same sort of I don't know, it worked out quite well in a sense.
I was quite intrigued when I was listening to it because and sorry to mention the H thing again, and you were playing music that I was listening to, kind of like I was listening to when I was 17, 18, but that was 1987 and 1988.
Yeah, it was definitely throwback. I didn't write, and they were a band before I joined, so I kind of hopped in and went with the groove, went with the flow. But that's not actually genres I was interested in until I got in that band. Funnily enough, other than like Guns N' Roses obviously, but I don't really see them as like glammy 80s, like I see that as rock.
You should have been there at the time. They definitely, particularly when you look at the back of the Uzi EP, the first thing that came out, the reason why I bought that when it came out, and this is the God's honest truth, because it was records then, there was no CDs or anything. I was in Our Price in the middle of Birmingham, and I was looking for Hanoi Rocks, which is HA, which of course is right next to GU when you're flicking through the albums. And it had just come out, there'd been no press or anything, and I just picked it up and I went, They look like Hanoi Rocks. They've all got back-combed hair.
Oh, really?
And makeup on and stuff. I mean, it's just the funniest photo of them. And so I just bought it, and it's still got the $5.99 sticker on it when I sold it for £180.
Jeez, man, that is insane, isn't it? Yeah. Crazy.
And I only sold it because I was like, well, it's worth 180 quid, and all the tracks are available on CD now.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they were quite glammy, weren't they?
They were really.
If you go back, even the first couple of videos of Appetite had a glammy side to them. He'd still got big hair at that point.
He had got big hair.
Yeah, if you think of like Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah. But they weren't quite in the Motley Crue realm.
No.
With the makeup and the leather and their studs and stuff.
Yeah, I watched your video of Kickstart My Heart. I think.
Yeah, I actually I watched the Pam and Tommy documentary recently, and I was like, I'm gonna do a cover, like a Motley Crue cover, because this is good timing. And also, I do like Motley Crue, like I do. I could bop to that, So yeah, since being in that band, I did get a new appreciation for 80s sort of music, and I have to say that guitar wise is probably my I don't know if I want to say that, because I do admire a lot of the modern stuff floating about now, but in terms of like solos and stuff, I really think that's when it was guitar's time to shine.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was the last time really the guitar's been at the very, very forefront
of everything had a guitar solo. So I think I do have a real big appreciation for it. That's for sure. But it's not necessarily, I wouldn't say it's like my favourite genre. I don't know, like I listen to everything. I literally listen to everything, so yeah, I can't really pinpoint. I mean, I'm saying all this and I'm like, you're probably like, she's got an EVH stack literally right behind her. It's funny.
I was looking at the EVH stack right behind you and thinking, that's quite a large amp for
There's a lot of stuff on top of it right now. Yeah, this room, I have outgrown it already, unfortunately, but I'm very grateful that I have my own room to do, studio stuff and filming in nonetheless, because like I said before, in the last house, I didn't have my own room. It was a multi-purpose room. But yeah, it's a large amp for a little room, but I love that amp, so. Yeah,
but I've got an AC-15 there that I can't turn on because it's too damn loud.
Too loud. So's that. I haven't turned that on frickin' ages.
Yeah,
long time.
I keep looking at buying an attenuator, but the decent ones, at the same cost as buying another AC-15, and you just.
All right, so I've got one, and that's how I've got my EVH lunchbox head on my speaker here as well. That's what I mainly record with, just because getting that closer to my desk with all of like the XLR cables being long enough, like. It's just a pain in the arse, and this is my backdrop that I film with, so I just use my little EVH, and I run that through an attenuator. The 2 notes Captor X, that's what you need. That's what you need to get.
It is, but I've got a Lazy J that's behind me, and the AC-15 there, and I've got a Marshall SV20. And the problem with the Captor X is you need to buy either the 4 ohm, the 8, or the 6. And it's just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to buy.
All right, fair. See, the thing is, my EVH does all 3. So get an amp that can do all 3.
Bad planning on your part, Jace, I think is what we're saying.
I'm not a kind of EVH sound kind of guitarist.
Well, why not? No, I'm joking. It's not for everyone. I don't know. Like it does so many things so well. That being said, I don't know if it's going to be the right thing for me now that I'm pursuing my new band.
Yes, I was going to say that. There's a post from January.
I've been teasing. Yeah, for a little while here. Yeah. But you have to kind of like pay attention to see what I've been teasing, if that makes sense. But yes, you're referring to Abbey Road, aren't you? Yeah. That isn't where we're actually ending up recording all of the stuff, but our first band meeting, our first day as a band was at Abbey Road Studios. So, which is fun.
So you say, because I've never met a band at Abbey Road, and I've never really met a band that I didn't kind of know the people. So was that the first time you'd actually all met? Was it kind of like an online thing? Or
so we were all friends before,
Oh, right.
through different ways, all through online though, for the most part. And then that we had the opportunity to go in and do a session, so we did. And that was our first. I was like, well, I got approached, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna obviously take my band rather than just going in alone, because I got my one single out, and I released that at home, like, you know, all home recorded, and it was an experiment because I was like, I really need to put out an original song now. But all I actually care about is my band, really. For now, at least, you know, that's the priority for everything.
I was gonna touch on the single. It's Tranquility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I was listening to that this afternoon. So that literally is standalone then?
Yeah. It's an experiment because I was like, I'd went and seen a show with Periphery and Pliny, and they're both really big influences of mine, and I was watching Pliny and I was like, I need to get my shit together. Like, I need to release something. And then I went home, and the next day I started writing that song. And it took me like a year to get it out there because I was just working so much, and doing a single on your own. There was like 30 guitar tracks in that freaking track. And that, you know, writing it all for the first time on my own, like, that was really my first step into being a writer in my own right, if that makes sense. So it just took me too long to do, but I decided to release that, just because I wanted something for my name, because people are like, you do covers, what else do you do, like, is that all you've got? And it's not, you know. That's actually, like, the covers, I love doing them, but I want to be an artist in my own right. And that's always been my goal. So the covers have been an incredible way to kind of like develop an audience, and I get to play what I love, you know, the artists that I love to listen to, and like improving on my guitar technique at the same time. But I want to be a songwriter, a musician in my own right, and a touring musician and stuff. So I just thought I have to do something, because you know, then I can actually reply to these people when they're like, what have you done, like, write your own songs. I'm like, well, I have actually. So there.
I was going through your Facebook page earlier, and you kind of click on the comments, and you just think, some people are properly mental, aren't they? Now, I appreciate they are your followers, so you probably can't answer that as honestly as you would like, but I was reading it and I was like, what is wrong with you people?
I'll just say the internet is a fruity place, and we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. Yeah, it's a fruity place.
Yeah.
But it's also...
That actually ought to be the dictionary definition.
It's a fruity place.
Yes.
It is. Just take everything with a pinch of salt, because whatever, you know, whatever. I think that's what I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, because when you look at it, you've got 433,000 Instagram followers, 276,000 Facebook followers, 268,000 YouTube followers. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of people, isn't it? That's like, it's just shy of 1 million.
I don't... You know this better than I do. Well, yeah, it is, but I don't know if they exist. And then in the weirdest way, because I have never played a gig since I've developed a following, like never played. I've never had the opportunity to meet like a lot of them at one time. Like, I've never done a show where they can all come out. So I'm like, until I actually see these people in the flesh, it doesn't feel real at all. And I'm just like, this is all really cool, but like, what does it mean? Like, I don't know. And my thing is, like, with this band, I'm like, I just hope some people come. Like, I hope that translates over, because all I want is to play cool shows and just have fun on stage. And if no one turns up, I'll just be like, oh, for God's sake, I give up.
No, I think that you could look at what Chris Buck's doing at the moment with Cardinal Black.
Yeah.
And he's translated it across. And people are going to those shows.
They're amazing. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Chris is incredible. Like, insane. I saw them support Miles Kennedy at the back end of last year, and I was like, God damn, these guys are really tight. Like, incredible guitar player. He's insane. I don't know. Well, another member of my band, I've teased enough for you guys to be able to understand this, but like, or know this, but the other guitarist, Sped, he is just blowing up on TikTok and Instagram right now, and YouTube and stuff as well. So between us, we've got a decent like online presence. So I just hope it translates over. I'm literally scared no one will come.
That is, do you know what? That is really, really interesting. And the reason why I think that's really, and I'm fascinated by this whole topic. And so a few years ago when I was working at Shaw Microphones, I employed, I took on a girl called Mary Spender. Oh my God. And Mary worked with us for, she worked with us for about 18 months.
I love Mary.
But she came to work. I specifically sort of did a lot of cajoling to get Mary on the books, because at that point, brands like Shaw weren't employing people like Mary, because they didn't really understand what to do with their social media, and they didn't understand that whole world of.
It was about live.
Yes, yeah, and it was about artist endorsements, and to a certain extent, it still is. A lot of the brands still haven't worked it out. Yeah. So Mary came, and when Mary came and we first sat down, she had about 10,000 followers on YouTube, and it was so obvious in that moment that she was going to be massive. Yeah. It was just so obvious. She brought a video in, which she did, which was kind of her interview. And she brought this, and it was incredible. Really, really. What she did was really creative, absolutely fantastic. But I remember seeing Mary in Manchester when she was still part of my team, and she was really, really growing. And yet, when she went and played live, struggled to get 50 people in a room.
This is my fear.
and I do think that's changed now, but it's interesting that you've got that fear, because I do think it's
a big fear.
But it is a thing. It is a kind of a,
because you're like, oh my God, it's like, oh yeah, this is all very impressive, but like, are they real? Like, is that real people? Like, will they come to a show, or do they just want to just sit on their phones, or like, where does the interest get? Where, like, I don't know. I mean, that being said, I've done a couple of clinics and stuff where people have come out. I did one with Daddario at Guitar Guitar last August, and I gave it 2 days of promo, and like 50 people showed up, and I was like, what? Okay, hi guys. So that was really cool. Because they were there to see me. There was no one else doing a clinic. It was just there, and I was like, this is weird. This is really weird. But I just don't know how it will translate over. But I hope it translates over.
But she used to get recognised a lot when she was out, from very early on. You know, I remember being with Mary when we were going somewhere through an airport, and she got recognised 2 or 3 times. It
started happening a little bit more to me. I had at the gig last night, I had some messages after. Someone posted a video of me like dancing on the balcony. It's freaking funny, but like, or people, like, and I came out at the end, and I was just, in the kind of like entrance exit foyer area, and people were like beaming at me, and I'm like, come and say hi then. Don't just like grin at me, because I don't know if you're actually looking at me or like what. So I always much prefer it if people just come up straight away and just be like, hi Sophie, sort of thing. I don't want to give off the vibe that I'm unapproachable though, because I had people being like, I didn't want to encroach on your night. I'm like, oh my God, did I give off like don't come near me vibes or something? Like
well, you don't eat anything, so it's not spinach between your teeth, is it?
No.
Do you think, though, that people are used to seeing you blonde, and now you've got pink hair? People are like,
I think they're like, is that? But hopefully it should make me more easy to recognise, though.
So is the plan for it to stay pink now, then?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm loving it at the minute. Yeah.
Because one of the things when I was scrolling through your Instagram, which goes back quite a way, it was like, how weird. I've not got that many photographs of me from a teenager through into my 20s that you see yourself. Getting older is a horrible thing to say, but do you know what I mean? Growing up. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Like last night was a perfect example of it, because I only see the guys in Tremonti every couple of years, and I've done meet and greets in the past, and I did see them last night. And every time I get a picture together with them, I'm like, I look like a different person again. Like, so yeah, no, it's quite funny to sort of like share the growing up aspect of things.
Yeah, you need some consistency in your branding. You're gonna have to stick with the pink hair now.
Well, the pink hair, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not unique enough with the blonde, so pink it is.
So when are we going to hear from this new band then?
Hopefully very soon. We go into studio next week, so we'll see.
Which studio are you going into?
we're working with a producer, just like one guy, and it's in his garden. We can do a lot of the stuff at home, so we thought we may as well do that. But yeah, it's not going to be what people are expecting. I don't think, genre-wise. I'll let you speculate.
She's like a living version of Google. No information given out whatsoever.
I was thinking.
Sorry, I'll never give you a straight answer. No. I think, I don't know. When you look at me, I mean, what would you? This is what I've started asking people on the podcasts like that I've been doing. I'm like, what do you expect it to be?
Oh, full on country.
Yeah,
no.
No, I wouldn't expect that. I expected something modern, something rock is what I was expecting.
Closer.
And mainly because...
Definitely not country.
Mainly because of the way you dress, the guitars that you play, certainly the EVH amp, if you're going to use that, would indicate a slightly more modern sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And definitely a rock sound. Other than that, if you say you like Periphery and stuff like that, it's probably it could be quite technical.
I don't know if it's technical, but I think there's a nice blend of all of my influences in there.
Do you ever play G, D, and A, and that's it? No, it's going to be technical then.
I think your definition of technical is probably a little bit Fisher Price.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Right, well, just before we tie up, so a couple of things. How's the teaching going? How's that all work with the platform and with Patreon? Does it all work out?
Yeah. So I was teaching one-on-one through Skype throughout the entirety of... sorry, what are words? What is that entirety? Entirety. Oh, my God. I need to go to bed. The entirety of like lockdown and stuff. And then it got to a point where I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore either, because it's just like... It's freaking exhausting. Like, I love meeting people, and I love, it's really refreshing. Teaching is a really kind of like I don't know, fulfilling thing to do. But it also like sets off my anxiety like tenfold. It started getting bad, so I had to be like, I need to actually reevaluate everything and figure out if I need to do this. And then Ben Meinl came along, the founder of Musicism, and he was like, we want to make a course with you. And I was like, okay, well, I have to stop teaching to go and film this course anyway. So I did that, and then I said to Ben, I don't think I want to go back. And he said, don't then. And I was like, all right, I won't. And ever since then, I've just been, making my money on YouTube and Patreon and that sort of thing. So merchandise, But yeah, the teaching wise, so I release lessons online now rather than one-on-one tuition. I just can't anymore. So I do pre-recorded lessons on Patreon, and then also my guitar course for Musicism.
And you've also you've got a good spread of brands that you've worked with, and I guess that endorse you. But Yankee Candles was missing.
Has anyone got a contact they can hit me up? Because I love smelling them and lighting them and creating the mood. No, not Yankee Candle, unfortunately.
And I do think that is a missing one. I actually think if they look at your feed, if they look at the positioning,
there's nearly 1 million people.
They're missing a trick there.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to have a little Yankee Candle endorsement.
And because you've just sent people to IKEA tonight, haven't you?
It's influencer life, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, not at all. But
it's funny because I did notice actually, and maybe it was the old house, but that's definitely looked like an IKEA unit that you had with the turntable on.
This is different now. Like
right.
My other half is a luthier. A guitar luthier, and he just basically made me a desk out of really fancy wood, so I've got a black poplar desk with 2 tiers, and it's just very pretty. I dumped the IKEA one and got something a bit nice.
Right.
It's the tone. Can you hear that?
The tone. Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
The sustain.
It's Spinal Tap, isn't it? You can walk away and come back in 5 minutes. It'll still be going.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll be hearing that one.
So the only other thing I'd got was I've got my motorcycles T-shirt on today.
I saw this. I eyed that up pretty early on in the call, actually.
What bike have you got?
I don't know if I should tell people yet. When does this podcast come out?
Monday.
Okay, I'm not going to say yet. I'm going to say it's a Honda. Okay, my current one is a Honda CG125. My big girl test is actually next month. And then I upgrade to a bigger Honda. But I mean, it's in the realm, isn't it? I like cafes and mutts and stuff and bobbers, so it's in that sort of realm. But I love it.
Excellent.
Yeah. Do you ride them?
Yeah, I've got a mutt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean they're really nice guys because they build them in Birmingham.
Oh, nice.
And
didn't know that.
Yeah, I was. This is stupid and wanky, but I really like Deus Ex Machina clothing, which is just stupidly expensive. It's like surfing, motorbikes, and adventure sort of stuff.
Sporty, sort of. Yeah.
And they've got one in Los Angeles that's not very far from Los Angeles Airport. So whenever I'm coming back from NAM, I go via...
Oh my God, do you
Deus.
spend an arm and a leg every time?
Well, it's January usually. It's the January sales. So
okay, fair. Yeah, that's good.
I spend hundreds, but I save hundreds.
Yeah, this is good.
And
I like your method there. That's good.
And what you do is obviously you get to Deus, you try it on in the changing rooms, it fits, you buy it, you rip the tags off, screw it up and shove it in with your dirty laundry in your suitcase, fly it back with it.
Yeah.
And I was after a Deus rucksack and I googled it and it was available at Mutt and I was like, oh, what's that?
Oh, weird.
And I drove over, and they're like a Deus distributor, but they make these bikes. Anyway, I got chatting to the owner, Will. There's two guys, Will and Benny, that own it. And next time I went in, I'd ended up buying a Mutt.
Did you already ride, though?
I did a long time ago.
Okay.
Back when...
You had a licence, though?
No.
Oh shit!
Well, no, because I'm old. God, we're back onto the age thing. Because I'm old, you could do it on your car licence.
Oh, what the hell? Can you ride? Is there an engine size you're restricted to?
I'm just restricted to 125, which is what Mutts were when they came out.
Then I don't think they are now. Are
no,
they
do 250 now.
Yeah, fair. So, what are you still on that, or have you done the test?
No, I just like pootling around.
Oh, do you know what though? The L plates can just get out of my life. I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like, you've got L plates on, and no one gives you the nod because you don't deserve it.
I get the nod.
I get the nod occasionally because my 125 is cool, and I always wear all the gear and stuff, so I think they know I'm serious about it, and I'm a girl, so I'm trying. I think that's, you don't see as many girl riders around here, at least. And I'm short AF, so they're probably like, why is this child riding a bike? But yeah, we got approached by this I say we, me and my friend who also rides Millie. We were hanging about, out on a sunny day, and we got approached by a Harley gang. They were like, so how old are you then? 17? I was like, yeah, no. I am a bit older. I just started a bit later because the obsession with it didn't start until last year. So... but yeah, big girl test next month, and I am absolutely schnitting it.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. I just need to... It's just because they're smashing me on this massive Honda 650. That is a big difference. It's not the power, it's the actual body size of it. Like I said, I'm small, man. I'm 5 foot exactly. So when I get on this thing, I am on my tippy toes, and I'm in boots and that as well. So it's just basically don't put your feet down, which you're not allowed to do anyway, because you'll fail your test straight away. So, but yeah.
When I did my CBT, the bike was so small, I got cramp.
Oh no! I dropped the bike on my CBT because it was too big. I couldn't touch the floor, and they got this thing where you hop along one foot on the front back brake, hop along with your left leg, and it just went. And I wasn't going to save that, was I? So I very elegantly just like stepped off and let it hit the deck. But the plan is to not drop the 650. I'm hopefully a bit more confident now. Been riding almost a year, so yeah. Bikes are great though.
And Jason and Sophie will be back next week with episode 2 of Two Wheels Podcast.
Fine with me.
We ought to wrap it up. Well, before we go, we need to say hi and thank you to our sponsor.
Well, we need to do 2 sponsors because this is the final Reverb one. But and I've been looking for it, and I've lost the official wording, and I got so good at reading out that official wording from Reverb. So all I'm going to say is,
did you?
Yeah, you told me I've got a radio voice the last time I did it.
I did actually.
All I should say is many thanks to Reverb for sponsoring the live stage at the Guitar Show. It's a great place for buying and selling gear.
Perfect.
Aww.
And I'll say thank you to Focusrite, who are our all-the-time sponsor. And I believe you use Focusrite.
I do. I'm running into a Scarlett right now. Yeah, I do. I use them religiously.
Yes.
Yeah, I use them religiously. Love you, Focusrite.
They are fantastic. They're lovely, lovely people, and they're very kind, and they don't ask us to do anything, and we're very lucky to have them as a supporter.
I just bought an 8. Is it i8? 1.8 i8 today.
I think I got that one as well. Is that with the 4? Yeah, I got that one as well. But it's a bit. It's not. I don't need it for just like desk stuff, so I keep that for special occasions only.
I've got it for band recording type
That's
stuff.
what I've got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've heard a ping during this conversation, that's the email to tell me it's been delivered tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. That's a nice email.
Yeah, it just flashed across the screen while I was talking to you.
Well, happy recording.
Thank you very much.
Oh well, and thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you. It's been brilliant.
It was. Yeah, it's been great to chat. Yeah, lovely to meet you guys.
Cool. Well, we will say good night.
Good night.
And good night. Thank you for that.
I'm off to get dinner now.
Yep, me too.
Oh, well, I've got to do that as well. Yeah. Right, cool.
Curry.
Well, thanks, Sophie. And we will see you all next time.
Oh,
bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to 9 to 42, the podcast from the team at the Guitar Show UK. If you've enjoyed the show, then please remember to hit the subscribe button and share with other like-minded souls. For more information about 9 to 42, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram at the Guitar Show UK. This has been an A Short Stories production.